Hey, what's good, people? It's your man Animal Brown checking in. Of course, this is another edition of With That Being Said. It's the only hip-hop game show where you get points for your hot takes. I got two contestants in the building, returning champion Faye and my guy Bougie brother Sean, to try to knock her off, all right? Now, you know how we get down. 5 topics, 5 rounds. Whoever wins the round gets a point. Whoever's got the most points at the end wins. It's that simple. All right, let's kick things off talking about Missy Elliott. She was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. That's a big look. Why? Because she was the first hip-hop female ever to do so. All right, kind of piggybacking off of Jay-Z being the first male hip-hop artist in 2016. I'm going to start off with Faye, ladies first. How do you see Missy Elliott's impact in hip-hop culture?
I feel like Missy Elliott made a lot of female artists become more, I guess I'll say, colorful. She came in and put all of the colors and all the different type of antics in her character, per se, like a more actual motion Nicki, because Nicki Minaj is a person who's antic and have antics and colorful, but she's more of a stiff version of Missy. You know, Missy was all, you know, energized and excited in most of her music. She also wrote so much music for the industry that we still love today. So, you know, that's always a big influence when you can hear other artists singing an artist's song, you know, and it actually sounds good when you can make music for other people that fits their style of music. That means that she's so diverse within her one style. So she pretty much, you know, gave a lot of females character and color, I'll say.
Sean, are we underrating Missy's impact in hip-hop?
Oh, yes, most definitely. She and Lauryn Hill was probably some of the first singing rappers, you know, in the times. You know, Missy Elliott has everything. She's like a creative bubble. You know, she was rapping, she was singing, she was dancing, she was making creative videos. Like, there was no stopping her at the top of her form. So a lot of these women who rap and sing, you know, literally got it from Missy and Lauryn Hill. So, you know, like to your point, the colorfulness and the singing that Nicki Minaj does, you know, that was a big, that wasn't Lil Kim, you know what I'm saying? That was Missy Elliott, you know. So, yeah, she doesn't get that recognition that she should, man. She definitely need to get her Soulja Boy ran on Breakfast Club.
Yes.
I think that'll help her a lot. Sometimes you got to run down the resume for folks, for those who have forgot. Because there's a lot of information and music getting thrown at us. So a lot of times, out of sight, out of mind, she's been kind of low-key lately. We forget the type of impact that she has.
Right.
And I think the perfect word, and this is why Faye wins this round, was colorful. She was super animated, and that style has been emulated over and over and over again, and will always be probably until the end of hip-hop. So got to give Missy her flowers while she's here. I'm going to put y'all on the spot. Who do you believe, either one of y'all, Sean or Faye, will be the next female to be inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame? Would it be a Lauryn Hill? Does that make the most sense?
The next female.
As a songwriter, I would definitely wing towards a Jill Scott, maybe.
Okay.
You know, more on that lane. She's been a lot more consistent. She has more of a body of work. You know, she probably has, 5-6 albums now? Okay. So, yeah, Jill Scott would definitely get in there before Lauryn Hill any day for me.
Okay. I was thinking hip-hop. I thought y'all was going to say Nicki. No Nicki, anybody?
She's not really the greatest writer, you know, for herself. So I wouldn't recommend her write for anyone else, because then you'll know it's Nicki Minaj that wrote in that. So yeah, she'll
throw a bar about somebody being her son.
Her son, you know. That's a shame. We all knew that on the spot.
That's her go-to line.
Yes.
All right, fair enough. Moving on. Let's topic number 2. Let's take it back to Philly. Speaking of Jill Scott, Lil Uzi Vert said he's done. He's finished. He's quit rap. Said he has dumped all of the stuff off of his hard drive. He said he wants to go back to 2013 before things popped off. Hey, do we believe him? Will the game miss Lil Uzi Vert?
I believe him? Not necessarily. He's very young. You know what I'm saying? So whatever he might be going through with technical difficulties with maybe his staffing or his, executive producers or whoever might be in control of whatever he's going through. I'm pretty sure that's something that has to do with it. But for him himself, he's extremely young, you know, so at some point in life, even if it's not this year, he'll definitely be reuniting. Will the game miss Uzi? The younger generation, of course, because he's made some type of impact for the younger generation, not so much people, I believe, you know, 25 and up, you know. But, of course, the teenagers and things like that who also have to grow up into those ages, you know, he'll be rememberable too. So, yeah, he'll live on in some type of way.
All right, Sean, are you biting that he's out of the game for good?
No, I'm not biting that he's out of the game for good because, to your point, he's just so young and he just happened to sign a bad contract with bad business people. So, you know, once that gets ironed out, I think he's still going to make music. I don't think he's going to be as big as he was. Is the game going to miss him if he was to leave? No, because it's too early in his career for people to be feeling like, you know, he's a great artist, especially if he's quitting. You know, if he would have died off, you know what I'm saying?
That's one thing.
Yeah, they've been like, oh man, Love Is Rage 2 is the greatest ever. But, you know, the fact that he's still alive and he's like giving up on it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, we ain't finna miss you, man. Shit, what you talking about?
Yeah, and you bring up a good point. This rant that he went on, that he's talking about, screams of money issues. It seems like it's one of those type of situations where it's not fun anymore because now business is involved.
Right.
We've heard that story a million times. I was rapping with my friends, and then when business got involved, people started, you know, they was in their own corners, and now it's not fun anymore. So, Sean, I give you that one. That's exactly what I smell out of this. And as soon as that business and that paperwork gets fixed, this is just him kind of calling his bluff, so to speak, pushing his chips to the table, hoping that the label, because they said the deal he got with Drama is trash.
Right.
They said the deal he got with Atlantic is trash. So once he gets that situated, he'll be okay. We'll see Uzi again. And I think his impact will be limited because there's so many other people that have come out and sound like him.
Exactly.
Yeah, you kind of get lost in the wash.
Exactly.
So it's kind of messed up. I think he's a talent. I hope he doesn't retire. He's too young. He needs, and if he does retire, I hope he will smoke the little bread that he got. Let's hope we don't get no MC Hammer type shit. All right, so it's even 1-1. Next up, we're talking Master P. Let's go down south. He just signed a deal with Lionsgate to produce and put out his film Bio-Pic, King of the South. Sean, good look, bad look, or no look for the Master P movie?
I think it's a great look, especially with I Got the Hook Up 2 coming too. You know, that just really puts Master P back on the scene. He's not even, it doesn't seem like he's touching music right now.
That's
you know, he's fully focused on all the movies and just bringing good people in. You know, that the music game is tough, man. When one of the big homies is like, I'd rather do movies. You know, that really shows you the lane and where the money really is at in the game. But yeah, big shots out, great look. I think this is an amazing look for Master P. For the game, I also think it's a great look because again, we sleep on some of the old people, man. We gotta remind these young people who we are, man. I don't think a lot of cats even knew Master P even played ball. He went to the NBA, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, that's going to be in the scenes. You know, I can't wait to see it. It's going to be a great biopic.
Faye, are you on board for the Master P? You look a little young, so he might be before your time. Are you here for the Master P movie?
What? Well, I mean, of course, anything that Master P does, even I don't care what nobody said about Got the Hook Up 1. I liked it. You know, they were trying to say it wasn't that great, but I believe that it's like anything that he does, he's very calculated when it comes to business endeavors. So, of course, it will be a good thing because I don't see him at this age in this amount of time he's had in the industry and this amount of impact that he's had, that he's going to go ahead and make a dumb move right now. He has too much experience for anything to be bad for him right now. Like he said, I'm excited about Got the Hook Up too. So, I know me and at least 10 other people are going to go watch it together. So that's money right there. So he's going to be good to go. I think everything that he does, definitely from this point on, it's going to be something that he knows is a great thing for him. So, yeah.
Sean, you lost as soon as she hit the I'm sorry. You didn't stand a chance. I think y'all are both right on point, though. If this is done correctly, and if this is done with like a nice budget, and you know what I mean? I don't need Master P playing himself. Like, we're not going to just not do that.
You know how he do.
You know how he do. P need to be hands off with it. And I think if they do a real deal casting and get a real budget and it gets put out in theaters, it will be all the way legit. I don't need a BET movie because I think P's story is a little too raw for that. Not saying that maybe, you know, the New Edition movie was cool, the Bobby Brown, all that was cool, but we need some real, like, street shit.
Yeah, and just to add to that, not Little Romeo either. Master
Exactly.
P. Don't have Romeo play you either.
No,
okay?
No,
Yes,
thank
I
you.
can't.
No, leave the family out of it. We get it. He's big on family. We know who they are by now. It's cool.
Yes,
Right.
we do.
Let's get some fresh blood in here, some talented, real actors to play y'all, and let's make it official like the NWA movie.
Right.
Basically. All right, good round right there. That was close, but that put it over the top. Next up, let's talk Dreamville, man. Y'all saw J. Cole and company all on social media. They had it ablaze while they were doing a 10-day in-studio kind of boot camp for their compilation Revenge of the Dreamers 3. Sean, I'm back to you on this one. Is this enough to put the Dreamville camp up there with the higher echelon of record labels like QC or Top Dog?
10 days. It actually felt like 30 days, to be honest with you. Like, it gave them recognition. If you're social media, if you're a real hip hop person, it came across your page. That Dreamville was reaching out to people. So that definitely gave them a little bit of recognition. Will it keep them in a competitive level? That depends on how the album sounds. Because you can't have 1 million people there, and production-wise, production better be phenomenal. Because if you got all them people in there and you don't pick the right songs, and it's just not going to be a good look. My personal opinion, I see that 60 songs were made, and they're literally got another JID album on the way.
Wow, okay.
They got a couple mixtapes where they blending Reason in, and they got Stokely and JID together. Earth Gang finna drop their album. So on a competitive level, it depends on where all this music is going and how the Revenge of the Dreamers album actually sounds.
All right, Faye, are you on board for the Revenge of the Dreamers 3?
To be honest, I am recently finding out about any of this. I know J. Cole. I'm not that well known of his new artist, but whatever J. Cole does do, and he's trying to build a label dynasty with that, he has to be able to touch the masses, not just his comfort zone of music. It will have to be something that I can hear, that we'll hear on the radio. You don't hear J. Cole as often as you hear a lot of these mainstream artists, and J. Cole I consider a mainstream artist, but he don't get that type of attention. So with him creating a label and bringing more people, he has to say, because I know he's comfortable and content in staying at a neutral space and selling records. But a label is going to require more attention for you to be considered a QC, anything like that. He's going to have to be able to want to be in that attention. If not for him, his label mates or the people who sign under him, because if not, they're gonna die in the wind. We don't need a bunch of guys in the airport with crackhead clothes on, and you know what I'm saying, and we supposed to just praise you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sean, does he have another star on the label other than himself?
Dreamville Records is almost 10 years old. So if we're looking for J. Cole to pull another superstar about his ass after 10 years, man, I'm definitely not seeing it coming out of it. He's going to have to, dismantle and reconfigure his whole record team, whole record label team. I mean, it's just not cutting it. It's just not cutting it, man. And with this year is like their do or die. If people like Faye if not even realizing that Dreamville even existed, by the end of this year, if they don't pull off a miracle, you might as well just, like I said, man, just dismantle and reconstruct the whole record label.
Damn. Okay. Now I feel you on that. Nobody really. They have no household names really. You have to be super in depth in Dreamville to know who they are. And if the casual listener, you're gonna miss that. And I'm presuming that he's trying to make money, and so the casual listener, you're gonna have them on board. So I'm gonna give that one to you, Sean, because you was dropping some facts. You said they did 80 songs, 60 songs, and they got albums in the can. Were you there in the session? You trying to hold back? You don't want to tell us? I ain't get no invite.
They had a couple things, things are unfinished. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically they said it was like a shell of a lot of music, and then they just got to kind of finish up a few things. So. Yeah, it's a couple verses here and there. It's a good handful of hooks. I'm sure it's a good handful of hooks in there.
I'm excited for it, man. You get that round. That was a good call. It's tied up 2-2 going into the fifth. All right, finally, last question. Let's talk Joe Budden, one of the actual rappers who said he was retiring, and he's actually stayed to his word. He hasn't put out music in a while, again, sticking to his word, saying that he was done. Now, a recent feud between he and good music artist Cyhi the Prynce has been brewing. Faye, do you see Joe Budden picking up the mic one more time to go at Cyhi, and who do you see as the winner if that happens?
Well, Joe Budden is a lyrical monster when he wants to be, extremely. I'm not even sure where Joe went wrong or if he just gave up on himself, but he's very angry about that somewhere in himself. Yeah, so he's kind of angry at everyone about it. But, the side guy, I don't know if I'm saying his name right.
Oh, Cyhi.
Guy. He's really good, but Joe just kind of, he kind of got like maybe aggression or something with it that makes you kind of compelled to know what he's going to say next. I feel like the Cyhi guy, I feel like he's more retrieved and, he got bars and it's nothing that's going to make you go like, oh my gosh, but you might get one or two of those with Joe, like, oh my God, did he just say that? So, do I think he's going to pick up in music again? I mean, I feel like at this point, Joe gave up on himself so much and he already is so upset about where the music generation is going.
True.
I don't even think he feels like he has any power to make people listen to him do anything else other than a diss right now.
That's a good point. Sean, where do you see this going? Is it all talk or would a beef actually come to fruition on rap?
It's no beef at all. Joe Budden is making more money than he's ever made in his life right now. So why would he ever pick up a pen and start rapping again? It's like, even if Cyhi did put up a diss, he'll literally just laugh at it and scream on the mic while his homeboys kind of look at him like, well, we know who Joe Budden is. You know what I'm saying? Maul and Rory will just be looking at him like, okay, we already knew this was going to happen. We already knew he wasn't going to spit no verse. Right. We just knew he was this is all smoke, man. This is really just smoke. He's selling tickets. He's selling wolf tickets. But that's Joe Budden's job now. Joe Budden's job is to entertain now. Joe Budden's job is to cause tobacco. Joe Budden's job is to, cause confusion. And that's what he's doing, man. So, on the side of is he doing his job? Heck yeah, he's doing his job. On the side of will he beat Cyhi? I believe Cyhi is better swag. Not even if that matters. He signed to Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? So Joe Budden can't dress, never could dress. He knew he can't dress. So, on the swag side and on the clever punchline side, I believe Cyhi will win the fans over. But Joe Budden's fan base, if he chooses to do a diss, is just a little too big and it'll overshadow Cyhi's verse.
I agree with you. I got to get this one to Sean. It's all about the backing. He's on a bigger platform. He's got more people behind him. And actually, you could argue he's more known for his personality now than maybe his music. So maybe if he was to jump out there and make a record, people would even probably either A, be surprised at how dope he was, or B, be reminded at how nice he was when he was out here being active. But with all that being said, I don't believe for a second that this will ever happen. So that's really the main reason, Sean. You get the point in the game. I'd be shocked and floored if these two actually put something on music, or if there was some type of battle.
Smoke and mirrors.
He ain't got time for that shit. The revolt bag is looking too good right now. He ain't got time to be in the studio. Sean, you get the W. Any last words before we get ghosts?
Yeah, you know what it is. Just make sure y'all go check me out on Bougie Brother Sean on IG. Me and Pop Duke got a podcast called Car Wax. Make sure y'all go look up Black Bougie Brother Network. Go check that out, and Car Wax will be up there. Other than that, man, we stay cool, man. We'll be here next week for you.
And with that being said, we out.